Well, it's day 45 of our COVID quarantine, and the sun is shining finally after a couple of days. Got a few projects I'm planning to go ahead and get started on, but before we can do that, we got to take care of a few little chores. What's this chicken doing out of the house? Chicken, come on. Come on, chicken. Get inside the house, chicken. Come on. Hey, chickies. Hi, baby chicks. Hi. Hey, you gotta get off there. I'll give this to you. I'll give this to you. What's wrong with you? Oh, you're not doing well at all, are you? Uh-oh. Sorry. Don't know what to do for you. There you go. There's your food. Happy? Everybody happy? Everybody healthy? You're looking ugly. Yes, you are looking ugly. You are. Don't let anybody tell you any different. Bee trap seems to be catching bees. If I can get a wire that we can hang these food and water bins up with. I had some. Get these things to stay up out of the dirt. Got the food and water down there. What I'll do is I'll put a little board across there, then hang some string or some wire that goes straight down, and then it'll loop around, have a little hook on it, and it'll suspend the food and water, so that way they'll be less likely to roost on top of them. chickens. You just chill yourselves right out. There you go. How's that working for you? Well, as always, things change. So I talked with a friend of mine and gonna go get some Epsom salts and calcium supplement for that chicken because they think that it's egg bound as well. About the only thing that we can do for it is make it comfortable and try to give it some additional calcium supplements like oyster shells. First time I've been out of the house by myself in a couple weeks now. Well, I'm gonna head down to Tractor Supply. I think that they close at 6 and it is 5:30, so hopefully we'll get there before they close and see if we can get some of that calcium supplement. Then I'll see if I can swing by a drugstore and pick up some Epsom salts. Apparently what you're supposed to do for a chicken that's egg bound, and I don't know if this will do anything for her since she's so far along. She seemed in really bad shape. She was very, very swollen and it seemed like she's in a lot of pain. But what you're supposed to do for a chicken that's egg bound is soak them in Epsom salts for about 20 minutes, like a warm Epsom salt bath, just to get their backside covered. And that'll help to penetrate things, loosen things up, give her a little bit of relief. And then the additional calcium is supposed to help with their muscles and being able to push the egg out like they're supposed to be, and helps everything go smoother. I made it to Tractor Supply. I was able to get in there just before they closed, and I picked up a bag of calcium. Then went ahead and went across the street to the Walmart and grabbed a pet carrier so that we could keep her separated from everybody else, and got some Vaseline and some Epsom salts to make her feel a little bit more comfortable. Hopefully we'll be able to get this egg to pass without any trouble.
So the chickens ate my new feed. Yeah.
Why they did this?
They're laying on the ground.
Can you
Stupid
point the camera
chickens.
to me?
But look right here.
Oh, there's a big bean sprout right there.
But look at all this guy.
Dad, keep
God.
going. I don't know what's down there.
That doesn't look like just a weed.
Oh, what's that?
I don't know. Random stuffs. No?
I just need to wait for the stuff to come.
Yep. These are getting bigger. Start coming up. I like it. losing that chicken tonight, and she was just too far along. She couldn't pull through, but we tried. We learned some things. It's hard learning the hard way. It's hard learning how to do things and how to look for things and how to be aware of stuff. You've never done it before. You don't really have someone right there with you all the time to tell you what to be looking for. Life is a fragile thing. And in an instant it changes. And the responsibility of that life is not an easy thing to bear. The responsibility of raising chickens and dogs, and the thought of getting additional livestock. The responsibility of my wife and my kids, their well-being, my community, my family and friends, my church. It's not something to be taken lightly. I think that this pandemic has showed us how fragile civilization is, but we forget that there's lives attached to that as well. It's people, families that have been torn apart, turned upside down because of something that you can't see, you can't tell, nobody knows what to do with, nobody's dealt with before. But we move on, we learn, we gain new insights and new understanding, make ourselves aware, make those around us aware of how to handle a situation in the future. Then we move on the next day. And the sun will come up, and the birds will start chirping, we'll collect some eggs. It'll be a good day. Maybe I'll get some of the things done that I intended to do today.